Got another A-list coming your way, y'all. Got another A-list coming your way. Gotta do it right. Because while we're sitting there talking, while we're sitting there talking about the greatest shooters, three-point shooters, because we just talking shooters. I threw Andrew Toney in there, former Philadelphia 76ers for the 8th.
Yeah, I was about 7 years old.
We talk about three-point shooters in NBA history. Let's get this party started. Number 5 on the list, the one and only Kyle Korver. Y'all may not act like you can act like you don't know that name all you want to. This brother, all he did was a special. All he was a specialist. It was him or J.J. Redick, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm being completely honest. They were both better than 40% shooters from three-point range. But Kyle Korver, do you know Kyle Korver once shot 53% from three-point range for a season? And in the 19 years he's been in the NBA, 15 times, 15 seasons, he shot over 40%. Okay. The brother is special, okay? All time, Kyle Korver's number 5. Number 4 on the list, I got to take clutch into this consideration. The one and only Reggie Miller, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan or later on Kobe and Shaq, he might have had a ring. The brother hit one clutch shot after another in Indiana with Antonio and Dale Davis, with Rick Smith, with Jalen Rose, with the crew, everybody. The brother got Chris Mullin and them. Got to the finals. They just weren't the better team. Not choke, Keyshawn. They weren't the better team. Reggie Miller is on that list at number 4. At number 3, the second part of the Splash Brothers, scheduled to return in a matter of days, if not a couple of weeks. The one and only Klay Thompson, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, a 3-time champion, a marksman extraordinaire, a career 41% shooter from three-point range. The brother has never shot less than 40% from three-point range in a season in his entire career. We don't give him the love that he deserves. Richly, I might add. That brother's one of the greatest shooters in the history of basketball. Okay, he might have been top 2, but I ain't gonna take it away from the next brother, Ray Allen, the current three-point champion.
Jesus
Shuttlesworth, a champion in Boston, a champion in South Beach, Miami, UConn Huskies.
He's my favorite player ever.
The smooth stroke, one of the greatest ever. Gotta give him love, no doubt. But number 1 on the list is an easy one.
Talk to me.
He is the greatest shooter God has ever created. I am talking about the man himself, who's going to Madison Square Garden tonight to make Knicks fans everywhere, including myself, humble ourselves to the throne that he has created as a marksman, the one and only Stephen Curry. It's got to the point where if your last name is Curry, we expect you to know how to shoot the damn ball. Because Steph Curry, for the Philadelphia 76ers, a pretty damn good shooter. He just ain't this brother right here. Not with that handle, not with that range, not with that ability to create his own shot. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter in the history of man. There has never, ever been a shooter this great. The J.J. Redicks were honorable mentions, along with others. You know, the Ricky Pearson word. I can go back to downtown Freddie Brown. I go to Larry Bird. I can go to a few others. All right. And again, J.J. Redick was strongly considered. But in it, Dame is up there. But no, clutch and all of that stuff. But I'm talking about consistently throughout regular season, postseason, in terms of what your specialty is. Dame is an all-world player who can really shoot.
You're missing somebody, though.
This guy, I might be. This is the 5.
Let's hear from one of the greatest shooters of all time. That is J.J. Redick. J.J., break down this list for me. Your thoughts. Did Stephen A. get it right?
It pains me to admit it, but he nailed it. He nailed it.
Really?
I have one small gripe, but my top 5 is these 5 shooters as well. I got Kyle at 5, Reggie at 4, Ray Allen at 3, Klay Thompson 2, Steph 1. And look, if Klay doesn't miss 2 years of basketball, I think there's no question that he ends up in the top 3 all time in three-pointers made. I think Harden will eventually end up in the top 3 as well. We'll see if Ray stays there long term. But the amazing thing about, if you look at the list of all the great shooters in the NBA, and you see the uptick in volume over the last 10 years and the current uptick amongst young players like Donovan Mitchell, like Duncan Robinson, like Trae Young, this list in 10 years, 12 years is going to look remarkably different. So I think I retired. I was 15th all time in three-pointers made. In 10 years, I might be out of the top 50.
Okay, I just want to let the world know a few minutes ago, J.J. Redick had a problem with me prognosticating, but he just did. But that's okay. That's okay. I understand. It's fluid. It's fluid. I get all of that. That's number one. Number two, here's where you got me, Jay. I will tell you, I was thinking Klay Thompson to myself, and the very two things you brought up is the reason I didn't put him at number two. Number one was that he had been gone the last 2 years. And number two, it was more nostalgic than anything else. Ray Allen is the current all-time three-point champion, okay? Steph Curry's about to eclipse him tonight. So I just felt that it was appropriate, considering those two elements, to put Ray at number two and Klay at number three, even though I thought about putting Steph at number one and Klay at number two.
I just can't get that shot out my mind in the championship game with Ray in the corner. It just it will not leave my mind every time we mention Ray.
Game 6.
One of the most iconic shots in NBA history for sure. I just want to mention one thing, and again, this is in regards to Klay. There's 4 guys in NBA history who have made more than 1,750 threes and shot over 41% for their career. Steph, Klay, Kyle Korver, and one guy who retired in September. So the list is very short of volume and efficiency.
That's right. Which is why you were on my honorable. I struggled.
I'm not top 5. I don't even think I'm top 10.
I struggled with you or Kyle Korver because what I gave you so much credit for, it wasn't just your shooting ability, your movement without the basketball and how you can roll right off the screen and just drill it. I just thought that was a phenomenal thing to do. You got a lot of people who can shoot spotting up. No. They can't shoot on the run, moving, and just pull up on at the drop of a hat and nail it. And J.J. Redick could do that, but Kyle Korver could too. And that's why I had to give it to Kyle Korver.
All right. We'll leave it on that note. J.J., good stuff. Thank you so much for being with us. We will talk to you soon, sir. Have a great day.
See y'all.
Icon of this generation. As great as LeBron James is, and the man is a legend, don't get it wrong. He's on basketball's Mount Rushmore for crying out loud. But if Steph Curry and the Warriors win the title this season, Steph will have as many rings as LeBron James. If he's changed the way basketball is played at every level with the rise of the long-range three-point shooting, then maybe it's not LeBron's legacy we should be comparing to the GOAT. Maybe we should instead be discussing Steph Curry versus Michael Jordan.
So you think, Stephen A. J.J. Redick joining the program. J.J., good to see you. Let's get right into it. We'll save the pleasantries for another time. J.J., can Steph Curry pass LeBron James as the face of the generation?
He can't. And Stephen A., I just wanted to pass along a message. Jeff Saturday and I were watching the earlier clip back in the green room. He wanted me to tell you this is the dumbest take you've ever had. I just want you to know that.
You're blaming Jeff. You're blaming Jeff.
Look, this is certainly not a knock on Steph Curry. I do think there's a difference between being the face of the three-point revolution and being the face of an entire generation. And if we look at sort of different eras in the NBA, Magic, Larry, Michael, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, and I hate to say it, but it's still LeBron, just got named Player of the Week in the Western Conference. They're 10-6 when he's played this year, and statistically, he's playing at an MVP level. Like, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So for Steph to overtake him at age 33, LeBron is about 2 weeks away from age 37. I just don't see it happening. The resume speaks for itself. And I understand what Stephen A. is talking about in terms of three-point shooting, but there's a lot of other factors that have contributed to this three-point era, including analytics. I would also mention James Harden and Daryl Morey's Houston Rockets is having a big influence on today's generation of young players.
Here's where J.J. Redick, the phenomenal person and player that he was, shows his rookie status when it comes to television. See, you have to listen to what a brother is trying to say before you lean on Jeff Saturday to engage in condemnation. And I'll deal with Jeff Saturday, my other brother, a little bit later. Here's what I'm talking about. Nobody said that Steph Curry's better than LeBron James. And we all understand what an iconic figure LeBron James is. What I'm saying is, look at how Steph has contributed to transforming the game of basketball. Again, the shooting that we bring up, we have to pay attention to the defenses and how defenses are compromised and how things change because of that. when you talk about the face of a generation, of course it's LeBron James. I'm certainly not trying to imply that Steph has surpassed. What I am saying is, I'm looking at a Steph Curry and a Golden State Warriors team I believe is going to win it all this year. I'm looking at the return of a Klay Thompson, a James Wiseman with the rest of the crew and the players that I see them developing. JJ Redick, I'm of the mindset that